good, everybody? Welcome back to Universal Teas. It's the People's Podcast with your girl Toya, and this episode is called Toxic Loyalty. Toxic loyalty. So before I get into the episode, I want y'all to know how I came up with this term that I feel like I created. I don't know if y'all heard it before. If you did, you ain't heard it like I'm about to give it to you. Okay, so this is how it came to be. So over the summer, I was teaching summer academy. I'm not going to say summer school because it's not for kids who don't do well. Their parents just didn't want to deal with them this summer. So I'm teaching summer academy, right? And I'm sitting out at recess or whatever, talking to one of my teacher friends. Shout out to Jamie. And she was telling me about an ex of hers, and I was talking about, you know what I'm saying, my life. And then she was talking about something, and I was like, ooh, sis, that sounds like some toxic loyalty. And then both of us was like, that's a word. And I was like, you know what? I got to do an episode about it. So this episode is dedicated to Jamie. Okay? And so then when I decided to actually do the episode, I was like, so I really got to break down what these terms mean. Because one, we hear the word toxic a whole lot. And a lot of y'all don't even be using the word correctly. Like, everything is toxic. No, it ain't toxic. You just don't like it. God damn it. So I broke down the definition of the word toxic. And then we talk about loyalty, right? So loyalty, when I looked at that definition, y'all, loyalty is something that we should take very lightly. Everybody doesn't deserve our loyalty. Jamie, yay! Okay, so she's on here. So this episode is dedicated to you in that conversation. But we talk about loyalty like it should just be given out. Hey, Nene, look at my people. Look at y'all here. We talk about loyalty as if everyone deserves it, as if it should just be given out freely, as if it's not something that people have to earn. But after actually breaking down the definition, y'all, and I hope y'all be as shook as I was when I give y'all the definitions of these words, I realized that everybody does not deserve your loyalty. It has to be earned. It has to be earned. Loyalty is not just given like respect. Like, okay, I respect anybody until they show me that I shouldn't. But loyalty has to be earned and it needs to be maintained. So, I'm going to give y'all my definition of toxic loyalty that I made up based off of that conversation. So, toxic loyalty. To me, this is the idea that you are being desperately loyal to someone who doesn't deserve or reciprocate it. This is toxic to you, okay? So when we talk toxic loyalty, I'm thinking that we're giving loyalty, and I said desperately, right? Because it's not just a comfortable loyalty, like we're scrambling to prove that we're loyalty. Like we're trying to prove that we're so loyal to someone who maybe doesn't deserve it or doesn't reciprocate it. They not scrambling to show you that they're loyal to you. You the only one scrambling. That's why I said it's toxic to you, the person who is giving, right? So toxic loyalty, in my opinion, is a verb. It's something that you do. Period, Nene, right? So I feel like, let me tell y'all my definition. The idea that you are being desperately loyal to someone who doesn't deserve or reciprocate it. And it's toxic to you, the person that's giving the loyalty. That's who it's toxic to, okay? So then I'm like, that's how I feel about it. But let me actually break down what it means. Before I do that, I got Jamie in the chat. She said, could it also be out of fear of losing that person? That's exactly what I'm thinking. Or what will they do if we aren't friends anymore? So that's the exact definition, or that's one of the exact meanings that I'm thinking, Jamie, is that you're afraid to lose this person, so you're desperate. You're desperate to show loyalty in hopes that they'll change their mind about how they treat you or how they feel about you or that they choose you. But I'm a mind my business, okay? So now let's look at the actual definitions of the word. So this is according to Merriam-Webster and Google now, okay? So the word toxic. Now I just feel dirty. Listen, I'm dirty too. We both dirty. We rolling around in the mud if that's the case, okay? So when I say toxic, this is the Webster Merriam Google definition of toxic. Very harmful or unpleasant in a pervasive or insidious way. Now, if you hear that for the first time and you anything like me, I'm like, well, what the hell that mean, right? So I had to break down the words pervasive and insidious. Because when I think of insidious, I think of that scary ass movie And that ain't what, even still, hell, that's scary. So that means toxic. I don't like it. So the word toxic means very harmful or unpleasant in a pervasive or insidious way. So the word pervasive, let me tell you what that means. Spreading widely throughout an area or a group of people. So to be toxic means to be pervasive, meaning that it's spreading widely throughout an area or a group of people. So that area can be you. That area can be your heart, your soul, your mind, your body. They are toxic to you, and it spreads from one part to the other, right? Now get into this. The word insidious, because to be toxic, means to be unpleasant in a pervasive or insidious way. We know pervasive means that it spreads widely, but insidious, check this out, y'all, means proceeding in a gradual, subtle way, but with harmful effects. Most of the time when somebody is toxic, you don't realize it until that subtle and gradual procession hits your ass. So I'm going to read the definition of toxic again. Very harmful or unpleasant in a pervasive or widely spread way, or insidious way. So insidious means something that is gradual. You don't feel it right away. So you don't know it's toxic. Something that is toxic, think about when you ingest poison. You don't die instantly. That shit hits your bloodstream. Then you be like, oh shit, oh, what was that? Ooh, right? It's a gradual procession of this thing that is harmful, that is unpleasant. Okay? And I think when I read that, I realized that's why it's so hard to break toxic cycles. That's why it's so difficult to notice toxic people. That's why it's so difficult to notice toxic work environments, because it's gradual, it's subtle, it's small, until all of a sudden it takes you out. Okay? I know a lot of people that need to hear this, so I share. Please and thank you. Please share back to me, because I need to rewatch it after we done. So when we're talking about things that are toxic, it's not just something that you don't like, because like I said, we throw that word around a whole lot. Something that is toxic is harmful or unpleasant in a widely spread way, so it affects you widely, it affects you heavily, but it's subtle. You don't see it coming. It sneaks up on you. It slaps you in your face like a brick. Yes. And leaves you stuck, because you don't know how to leave. You don't know how to get out. You don't know. Right? So that's what toxic means. Now, the other part of this episode, and I see Nene say, shout out to my sweater. Right, period. Ooh, powered by Black women before me. And then the word loyalty. This is what loyalty means, y'all. And when I tell y'all I was shook, all I did was Google the definitions of these words that we use. So toxic, we got that. Loyalty. Giving or showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or institution. I'm going to read that again. Giving or showing firm, mean it's not moving. It's unwavering, right? Firm and constant, you keep doing it. Support or allegiance to a person or an institution. So, the word that stood out to me in that definition was allegiance. Because I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? When we hear allegiance, we think of, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, blah, 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 blah. And that's some bullshit. So if that is our pledge of allegiance, that's even some bullshit, because justice and liberty for who? Raise your hand in the chat if you got justice and liberty. Raise your hand in the chat. Put it in the comments if you got justice for all. Oh, okay. So we already know allegiance is some bullshit. So when I looked up the definitions of allegiance, so you're giving this constant support to someone, so that's what I'm thinking of, or institution. This can be a job, this could be a company. So you're giving this constant allegiance to a person or institution. So the word allegiance, y'all, is a commitment. Listen to this. I was shook. Commitment of a subordinate to a superior, or of an individual to a group or a cause. The part that shook me is subordinate to superior. So you being loyal to someone means that you think that you're their subordinate, which means that you think that they're higher in rank than you. Just let that sit on your soul for a minute. So when we are saying that we're loyal to somebody, and this is why I was like, oh, no. Loyalty has to be earned and maintained around this piece from now on, because ain't no way I'm giving allegiance saying that somebody is superior to me or I'm their subordinate and you haven't earned it. You not loyal. I'm not being loyal to you just because you're nice, just because you bought me dinner, just because the sex is good. No, I'm not being loyal to you just for that. Because at what point, what makes somebody superior to you? Because that's what it means. I'm so loyal to you. I'm so loyal to this job. What is that job feeding you? So then this goes back to my definition of toxic loyalty. This is something that is subtly harmful to you, but it's harmful to you because you're giving it all of your attention. You're giving it all of your allegiance. You're giving it all of your firm and consistent support. You ain't even got no boundaries because you're deciding that I'm firmly supporting this person, this thing, this job, this idea without even considering the fact that you're telling that this is superior to me. This relationship that's fucking my mind up is superior to my feelings, to my mental health. This job that stresses me out every single day is more superior than my peace of mind, than the fact that I'm still struggling to pay bills. You're giving loyalty to things and you're allegiating to things that don't deserve it. Okay? So be careful when y'all going out here saying that you're loyal to somebody. Yeah, I'm loyal. So I'm going to start saying, yeah, I'm loyal if they deserve it. Yeah, I'm loyal if they maintain it. Yeah, I'm loyal if it's reciprocated. Because ain't no way you can walk around being loyal, giving or showing firm support and constant support or allegiance to a person. Ain't no way. And they haven't earned it or deserved it or maintained it or reciprocated. So what are you being loyal for? Toxic loyalty is showing allegiance, supporting, constant support, thinking somebody is more superior to you, even though they're hurting you, even though the job stresses you out, even though it's not being reciprocated, even though they don't give you what you give them. Toxic loyalty, y'all. All right? We all understand the definition, yes? So we about to be more careful with our loyalty, yes? Okay. So now, I looked at the definitions and I said, this is the question I have for me, because I'm toxically loyal in some cases, right? And I realized, never mind, I was about to say all my business. Don't even worry about it. But I said, what is the cause or quality of the person or thing that makes you believe that they deserve your commitment or support? So when we're talking about toxic loyalty, you need to ask yourself that, because I had to reflect like, so what is the cause or the quality of the person? What makes me think that they deserve my allegiance? That they deserve my loyalty? Right? What makes me feel that way? And let me know what y'all think. For me, I think it's kind of that that I kind of succumb to this concept of instant gratification. It makes me feel good in the moment. There's moments that make me happy. I get paid twice a month. Right? So what is it in you all's case? Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the chat. Let me know, what is it? So really think about it and be honest with yourself. Don't be afraid to say that you're toxically loyal, right? So Jamie said, I would like, it's a people pleaser or a fixer attitude. Exactly. And I'm a people pleaser. I'm going to say I'm a recovering people pleaser because I'm trying to change my ways. But exactly, you want to prove your loyalty. You're toxic to yourself. Jamie, stop being toxic to yourself. Mary said it could be something you like in yourself that they're doing. Exactly. So they might be providing something that you haven't figured out how to provide for yourself. So you feel like they're a bit ahead of you. And we hate to kind of admit that we think people are better than us. We think somebody's cuter than us. We feel away because somebody got more money than us. So when they kind of let us get a feel of what that's like, when you're kind of in the in crowd, and mind you, I teach middle school, so I see it all the time. The cool kid give you a little bit of attention, so you're going to keep hanging around, even though they kind of clown you a little bit, but you're going to laugh it off, right? They give you a little bit of that feel of what it's like to be them because we don't love ourselves enough, or we see something that we're lacking. And when somebody gives us a little taste of that, then it's like, okay, I'm going to stick around. Okay, I'm going to stick around, right? It feels good. And you don't realize the negative that's coming with it. You don't realize that they trying to make a fool out of you. You just realizing that you with them. This the cool kid, right? It sounds good to say that I got this job, but they working me like a dog, right? We try to ignore that because we are so caught up, and this is why we have to get out of our minds. We are so easily influenced by our own insecurities, by the things that we don't like about ourselves. And like y'all said, as soon as somebody welcomes us in with that insecurity, we kind of feel like, okay, it's cool, they like me. Not realizing that this is an insidious altercation. And remember, insidious means proceeding in a gradual or subtle way, but with harmful effects. It's gradual. It's subtle, right? They tell you, oh, yeah, you could come sit over here with us. You can come hang with us. Not realizing that when you leave, they talking about you. Oh, yeah, I'll pay for this. I'll get you this. Not realizing that they got a whole nother life going on outside of you when they not with you, right? I'm just saying. Because y'all be trying to act like y'all just got it all together. I don't. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I'm toxically loyal in some cases, right? So we really got to get honest with ourselves, and that's going to be another episode that I have. Is like being real with yourself, even if it's not publicly. And I think sometimes we kind of shy away from doing the work on ourselves because we're in this world where everything is public. Y'all, I'm sweating. It's hot. My booty hot. I'm sorry. It was hot. This is a leather chair. Yeah, we kind of think that our healing has to be public because everything in the world is public. You got people telling what they're accomplishing online. You even got people crying online. Go cry off the camera and just tell us how you got over it. But don't try to make yourself feel like you don't have to. TMI. For real, my little thighs sweating. Y'all know I'm getting thick. My thighs getting bigger. They starting to touch. But yes, we start to kind of shy away from doing the work on ourselves because we feel like we always have to outwardly show the work that we're doing, right? You don't have to outwardly show that you're healing. Just go get healed, boo. Because I'm about to tell y'all my business. I love to tell a person I'm healing. I'm healing, y'all. I'm working on myself. I'm about to be better. Ain't doing nothing. It sound good. You ain't healing if you still accepting the same shit. You ain't healing, sis, if you telling people what you need to do, but you do the exact opposite at the end of the day. Right? But it sound good to tell somebody you healing. It sound good to give somebody some advice that you ain't taking for yourself. It sound good. But you really got to get honest with yourself because that's another form of being toxically loyal is faking like you good. Faking like you got it. No, I'm not okay. I need help. I'm struggling. So if and when, because I know y'all seen the link to my website. When you go on my website, there's a link to be a guest. Like if you want to be a guest on my podcast. And one of the questions I ask on my guest form is, are you healed, healing, or hurting? And I think it's very imperative that we acknowledge what phase we're in so that if you come on here talking to my people, you being honest. And I'm going to ask you about that phase that you're in. I'm not going to try to force you to speak as if you're healed if you're still hurting. I'm not going to have you come on here and try to talk to people and get them advice about healing if you haven't even started the process. Right? Because that's false advertisement. What y'all talk about? As soon as a people pleaser, I feel bad for setting the boundary and slide back into the loyalty. Exactly, Jamie. So one thing that I've also noticed about myself is that when you set a boundary, not even set a boundary, because I can write down, I can decide what boundary I need, but actually standing in that boundary and applying it, I kind of feel bad because the person gonna throw a fit. What you mean I can't? We just did this yesterday. You just last week, so now you switching up. You ain't real, you fake. Nah, I just got a boundary. They was on sale at Walmart. You should go grab some, right? So don't let, and I feel like that's a form of manipulation too. If someone kind of, you set a boundary, you let them know that this is a boundary, this is no longer something I can accept, and they kind of make you feel bad about setting a boundary, that's the person that is toxic to you, right? Don't let that happen. Hey, NJ, she said, but I think it boils down to being controlling. We want to control everything besides the shit that we can't control. Toxic loyalty sounds like not knowing when to let go. So now you're just gonna tell everybody business. That's cool. But yes, I think, and I'm only speaking from my experience, so let me know if y'all have a different experience. So from my experience, toxic loyalty is definitely not knowing when to let go. You're so comfortable and you have so much hope, right? Because remember, when we talk about loyalty, it's something that happens in an insidious way. It's subtle. It creeps in, right? So at one point, it felt good. We talked about the instant gratification, right? Them shining a light on something that you're insecure about giving to yourself. So you're hoping that you can get back to that feel good. Because it happened before. They did it before. You know what I mean? But they ain't doing it now. It needs to be constant. And like Jerry always tells me, people be showing their representatives. Their representative was nice and kind. And what I'm starting to realize from that statement is that you have no say-so over how long someone shows you their representative. I've heard the saying that you don't know somebody until you've seen them broke. What is it, y'all? Broke, angry, and something else. It's like two other situations you need to see a person in to really know them. And I think it's important to, if y'all know them, drop them in the chat. But you don't really know a person until you've seen them in all of these settings. Yeah, until you've seen them in all of their seasons. What do you like when you're angry? When you're angry, do you try to make everybody around you feel angry, or do you isolate? What do you like when you ain't got what you want? What do you like when somebody tells you no? What do you like when your back is against the wall? Because if I'm loyal to you and I've never seen that, if I've never seen you in all your seasons and I've already committed myself to being loyal to you, now I feel like, well, damn, I said I'm loyal, so I got to be here while they're mentally abusing me, while they're emotionally abusing me. Hell, while they're physically abusing me, because I already committed myself to you. I already gave you my allegiance and told you I'm loyal. So now that I feel like I got to be loyal, because in our mind, loyal means you never leave. Loyal means you put up with anything. I said I'm loyal to you, so I ain't gonna leave. Yeah, I'm loyal to you. No, I'm loyal to your representative. So you need to bring that motherfucker back, or I'm out. Type shit. When they have it all. Exactly. Not me over here clapping in my kitchen. You better, and y'all ain't even got no wine today. I had a long day. Okay, remind me of what I was talking about. But I had a long day, y'all. I was teaching, and then I had a doctor's appointment. I had to go to an allergist, because if y'all know me, I got real bad allergies. So I went to an allergist, and then I had to come in here and clean this little room up, because I told y'all I broke one of my pictures. That's why I got the little lamp right here, because it was a little off. It was going to look a little off. So I'm a little, right. Anyway, back to the message. But yes, don't let loyalty make you stay in something that you shouldn't. Loyalty is not the same thing as sticking around. I don't even know if there's a word. Is there a word for when you stay through anything besides stupid? Is there a word for that? I'm going to stick by you. Marriage. That's what it's called. And baby, ain't not name ring on here. That sound like marriage. For better or for worse. That's the only time I said that. I ain't signed up for better or for worse. Not nan time. So, maybe that's the only person we should be loyal to is our spouse when we take them vows. Because ain't nobody else earned it or deserved it. Hell, in my opinion, let me know if y'all agree or disagree. Any loyalty outside of marriage might be toxic loyalty. Until I stand in front of you, God, and a bunch of people that I probably don't even care about besides my family. Loyal to who? Okay? Anyway, back what I was saying. So, another point that I had in toxic loyalty. So, like, toxic loyalty is baby cousin. Like, if toxic loyalty, complacent, maybe. Hey, Sam, girl. So, toxic loyalty's baby cousin I wrote down is blind loyalty. So, remember at the beginning, I was like, if somebody from this point in my life forward feels like I should be loyal, it's something that has to be earned and maintained. Loyalty, it doesn't come freely. Loyalty doesn't come freely. So loyalty's baby cousin is blind loyalty. But I'm about to see what my friend said in the chat. She has said, that's why it's so important to spend time with yourself. You know when you want to put that boundary up, but when you don't practice it, you may feel like a fraud. Guilty as charged. So when you decide on a boundary and you don't practice it and then you try to put it into practice, you feel fake. And then the person, when they call you fake for changing up because now you have a boundary that you didn't have before, you kind of feel that and you feel bad about it because, like Jamie said, we're recovering people pleasers. So we always want everybody to feel good. One thing about me is because I've been doing so much work on becoming a better person, and this is, in my opinion, I decided at one point, or I felt like at one point, that me doing the work on myself meant I wouldn't be bad to anybody. I've been working on myself. I've been journaling. I've been healing. I'm a good person. So how dare somebody say I'm bad? How dare somebody say I'm fake? In all actuality, you're not fake. They just know the old you, and they don't have access to get to know who you are now. You not fake. You just messed around and got some boundaries. You not fake. That person is just scared to get to know who you are now because you're a little bit stronger. You're a little bit wiser. I almost threw up GD on accident. You're a little bit stronger. You're a little bit wiser. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Marvin Sapp's song, you're a little bit stronger, you're a little bit better. And they used to the weak you. They're too weak to get to know you and your strength and your power and your truth. So stop letting people manipulate you into feeling like your boundary means you're fake. And stop being afraid of being the villain in somebody's story. I'm talking to myself. If you've changed, honor that change. If you feel good about that change, feel good about that change. But you also have to accept that everybody is not going to love your change. Because your change is not going to benefit everybody. Some of the people who benefited from you at your lowest point, they can't handle you at your highest because you ain't taking the same shit no more. And they can't handle that. So let it be. Let it be what it is. Okay? As long as you good with you. And like NJ said, you have to spend time with yourself. You have to get so clear with yourself that if you don't have anybody, you good with you because I worked on you. I can look in the mirror and be like, bitch, we did some work. We worked on you. We good. We took our time. Just like when you tell yourself you fine in the mirror and you be like, God took his time with you. You need to get to a point where you're telling yourself, I took my time with me. I took my time with me, so I'm good. She's good. You know? What y'all talking about? Yes, it's like when you fully see your value and live in it, it feels now comfortable with boundaries and less people pleasing. Exactly, because when you love yourself, you don't need anybody to validate it. Because the love that you have for yourself is self-proclaimed. It's not from any outside source. It's not because this person you're being toxically loyal to gave you a little bit of feel of what you don't have. You recognize what you don't have, and you also acknowledge that if you want it, you can make it happen for yourself. So you're not relying on anybody else to kind of give you this gratification. If they do, that's cool. I know y'all heard the TikTok, the little meme. I like me today, so your like is extra. But I don't need it. Right? And I think some people, NJ kind of also mentioned being controlling. Some people feed on controlling others because they can't control themselves. I have no control over my mind. And I'm not talking about me. This is just a scenario. But they have no control over their mind, their spirit, their situations, their surroundings. So them feeling like they can control somebody else gives them a power. Nah, boo-boo. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. Okay? So you have to really get clear with who you are, why you are what you are. Who you are. Child. You got to get clear with who you are, why you're that way, and then you can decide when you need to change. Stop letting people dictate what you do and how you do it and why you do it. Stop letting your struggles don't have to be What am I trying to say? Your struggles can happen in private, but you don't have to hide the fact that you struggle. Okay? That's also toxic to you. Stop pretending like you okay when you're not. Stop neglecting help when you need it. If you need to go to therapy, do it. If you need to talk to your friends, do that. But stop pretending like you're always okay when you're not. Because that's when you fall into, well, I'm not okay. I don't think my hair looks good today. But if somebody tell me my hair nice, I'm going to stick around. I'm not happy with this job, but shoot, this paycheck come on time every 2 weeks. So I'm going to stay. You know what I mean? Get clear about what it is you want for yourself. I've learned that the more I pause or sit back and watch what is happening, the less I rush to react and fix situations. Yes. And Jamie, it's crazy that you said that because I actually realized that I've been doing that more often in work. So Jamie is also my teaching partner, y'all. We both teach 8th grade. So last year, Jesus help me, Lord. Last week was the first week of school and your girl was stressed out. I was like, this ain't gonna work. This my last year teaching. I ain't coming back. I ain't doing this. It's kids in my face all the time. Parents texting me. I ain't got time for this. They blowing me up. I got a life. I ain't got to. No. It's a no. Right? This week, I took the approach. I changed my mindset. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be, Jamie, what was it that I said the other day? I said I'm giving calm consequences. Like, yes, y'all kids stressing me out. But I'm going to stay here with it. Because I notice the more elevated I get, the more irritated that they notice that I'm getting. They kind of match that energy. So the more that I'm like, yes, you have me messed up. I'm going to call your mom. No, didn't I just tell you not to do that? Okay, go ahead, give me that. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, you did it. It's over. Right? Calm consequences. Because I'm able to sit back now and assess the situation. I'm chilling. I ain't had to yell. Not one time. Because I'm giving calm consequences, right? Let's get back to toxic loyalty though, because I'm almost done. So we said toxic loyalty's baby cousin is blind loyalty. And I said this causes you to unknowingly show that allegiance to any qualities of a person. This can be good or bad. And I put be careful. So if you have blind loyalty, that means that you just right here with it. You see the person directly in front of you. You see their representative. You're just looking at the one thing that you don't love about yourself that they're offering to you without looking at all of the bullshit that's surrounding them. You somehow have turned the curtain behind them so you can't see none of your bullshit. No, pull the curtain off. Lift it up. It's showtime. I need to see all that. Right? So blind loyalty is kind of, it causes you to unknowingly show allegiance. And remember, allegiance is constant. Wait, I lied. Allegiance is commitment of a subordinate to a superior. So I'm giving you all of this attention without even paying attention to all the bullshit that's behind the curtain. Just like when y'all mama used to tell y'all to clean y'all room and y'all just throw everything in the closet or under the bed. She don't even know it's a whole mess still in that room. But she see that ain't nothing on that floor, so she like, all right, bet. Right? Unless she like my mama, she open the closets checking under the bed. But that could just be my mama. Anyway, don't fall into loyalty. Really see if people deserve it. And that's the point. If I don't leave y'all with nothing else on your soul and spirit today, I want you all to understand that when it comes to loyalty, don't let yourself fall into loyalty. I want you to really see if people deserve it. How do we see if people deserve our loyalty? Understand what it is that you're willing to be loyal to. That means you got to take a step back from yourself. I mean, not from yourself. Take a step back from people. Take a step back from the world. Take a day off of work. You got PTO. I know I'm using some PTO this year. Go on ahead and tell them. Because take a step back and assess the situation. Does this deserve my loyalty? Is this something that fulfills me? Is this something that feeds what I'm trying to be, what I'm trying to do for myself? Or do you not even know what it is that you need? Do you not even know what feeds you? In that case, you need to go figure that out, Pooh. Figure it out. Because you'll take anything from anybody if it looks good and sounds good. Everything that glitters ain't gold, Pooh. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm getting to my last set of notes that I have for this episode. Anybody else in the chat? No. Okay. So I have make that shit intentional. When we're talking loyalty, you need to make it intentional. Ask the questions. I said have conversation. Establish the cause that both parties are showing allegiance to. Because showing allegiance means that one is above the other. But I think in a healthy partnership, in a healthy work relationship, it's important to understand the give and take, right? Of course, somebody is better at something than you. So it's like, if I'm committing loyalty to you in this aspect, you're committing loyalty to me in this aspect, and they level each other out. But if you're just giving loyalty and nothing is being reciprocated, baby, you need to go ahead and flip the switch. I just flipped the switch. Hey, flip. Y'all need to figure it out. Okay? Have conversations. Once you know your boundaries, once you know what you're willing to accept, you need to lead with that. Stop wasting your time. Toxicity is insidious. It creeps in, but it has harmful effects. Right? Toxic things are pervasive. They gonna hurt for a long time. They gonna hurt a lot of you. Most times when we label somebody toxic to us, that means that they have hurt us or damaged us in more ways than one. Somebody who is toxic to you has fucked up your mind, your spirit, your heart, your ability to love yourself and others. Somebody who is toxic to you is not just this small thing, right? It's not something you could put a Band-Aid over. Somebody that is toxic to you has hurt you in a way that is spread widely. When I realized that I was in a situation that was a little toxic, it's taking me a long time to fix it because so much was hurt. There was so much damage. There's a difference between something being painful and toxic. Something painful can be patched up and send you on your way. Something toxic is pervasive. It hurts a lot of things in a lot of places. It's subtle or insidious. It seeps in slowly. You don't realize it's toxic till it hurts. I could give you two clear glasses of water. One could have poison in it, the other could not. You won't know until that poison seeps into your bloodstream. You don't know that person is toxic until they get into your mind and change your perception of your reality. So that's why you need to lead with what you want. You need to sit and figure out what you want. For example, for the people that's trying to slide in the DMs, I'm trying to be married and have some kids. If you already got 3 baby mamas and you ain't trying to have no more kids, you just trying to fucking take flights, I'm not the one for you. Don't do it no more. Right? If you trying to get to know me and marriage is not for you, you still trying to be a player, baby, do you, just not with me. I know some people that I could hook you up with. It ain't me. I'm trying to be a wife, a mom. Right? That's my goal when it comes to dating and relationships right now. Do I see myself marrying this person? Do I see myself having kids with this person? Now, not to say that I'm trying to get engaged within a month of me being with somebody, but if you know that that's not something that you're even considering, don't waste my time. Because I'm not just trying to have sex partners. The STDs is real. So if that's what you're trying to do with me, go ahead on. I know some other people. Send them. You're sick. So any ladies that would like to do that, I have a friend in the chat I could hook you up with. Let me know in the DMs. I could send you some pictures of her. Actually, just go and add her. She in the comments. You're sick, bro. But yeah, so if you know like commitment and loyalty is not what you want, if you know you're not trying to be locked down, then don't come over here. Because I don't want to date a bunch of people. I have no desire to be with a bunch of people. And I know that. And I'm clear on that. Even though I hear all the noise from people who have been in long-term relationships. I done been with somebody. I done lived with this person. Cool. I'm trying to see what that's like, though. And I'm clear on that. So if you're not trying to do that, go on and slide with NJ. Ladies, that is. Because I'm on that. I'm ready to tell somebody, no, I got a boyfriend. And they're going to be like, for real, you can have a little friend. Like, no, I'm enough friend for myself. That's my last name. Oh, I'm going to use that line one time. Yeah, y'all, get really clear. So that's really all I got. The last note that I have is if that shit don't line up, get out. Or just don't commit. Don't give them their loyalty. If it don't line up with what you want, don't commit. Okay? Now, let me go back through everything. So, my friends that was late, make sure y'all on time next time. Toxic loyalty was the title of this episode. My definition of toxic loyalty is the idea that you're being desperately loyal to someone who doesn't deserve or reciprocate it, and it's toxic to the giver, not the receiver, because they getting what they want. You not. You hurt. You sad. You wondering where they at, what they doing, who they with. So, be careful with who you give your loyalty to. Stop telling people. So, what I'm going to stop doing, you may fucking take flight, sound bad, friend. I mean, it's not bad if that's what you want. But I need that to be a consistent thing with my person. We need to keep fucking and taking flights. They got to be a consistent. It's not just a one-time thing. I want to do that with my boo, with my bae, not just with the dude I met a couple weeks ago. Wow, y'all annoying. First of all, Nene, you can't talk, girl, because you married. So you can't even talk. That part wasn't for you. It wasn't for the married folk. You or Mary or Keisha in here. All the married folk, that wasn't for y'all. So, yeah, y'all, be careful with who you give your loyalty to. Understand what these words mean, right? Treat loyalty like a job interview. Stop. I'm done describing myself as loyal, because I'm only loyal with stipulations, baby. Read the fine print. I'm loyal with stipulations before I got married. I've been in them shoes before I got married. You know what? I'm done with y'all. Nene and NJ, y'all in here acting a fool every time. It's y'all too, okay? But that's all I got for y'all. If you have not already, I dropped my website. I'm moving on up like the Jeffersons, y'all. So on my website, I need y'all to run it up. Go on there. If you ever want to be a guest, because I'm getting set up for having guests on my podcast, please join. Please join. Go on the website. There's a guest form. It says, do you want to be a guest? Click here. So there's going to be a form there. As soon as I see your form come up, and it can be virtual or in person, fill out the questions on there. Some decent questions. One of them is asking your drink of choice, because if you link it with me in person, I'm gonna get your drink. So if you link it with me, you might want to give me a tequila and lemonade, preferably Patron. I'll take Don Julio, or I'll do Casamigos. But I'm gonna get you what you like to drink. If we virtual in enough time, I might send you a little pre-guest package with a little, whatever. If you want to come talk with me, fill that out. Also on the website, there's a link to the YouTube channel. So go run up the YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. All of the previous episodes that we've done are on there. So go on the YouTube channel. What else is on there? There's an actual link to the podcast. So although y'all are seeing me right now, podcasts are audio. So just how you have like Apple Music on your phone, you have Apple Podcasts, or if you have an Android, you have Google. I think it's called Google Podcasts. So there's a link to that on the website. There's some cute pictures of me. And there's the story of why I started this podcast to begin with. So I'm going to close us out. Thank y'all for joining me. This has been the episode called Toxic Loyalty on the People's Podcast. I will see y'all next time. Thanks. Bye.